You've probably come across headlines claiming that the cure for cancer is already here, but hidden. Or maybe you've seen viral videos promising a miraculous injection that supposedly eradicates tumors in days, backed by a billionaire doctor you've never heard of until now. In a world where medical advancements move fast and hope often spreads faster than science, how can we tell the difference between genuine progress and clever marketing? Today, we're diving deep into the case of Dr. Patry, a billionaire figure claiming to have developed a revolutionary cancer treatment, and dissecting whether this is a true breakthrough or just another seductive illusion. If you're tired of hype and want real, balanced, science-based answers, keep watching. This conversation could change the way you see the future of medicine. Let's start by acknowledging a painful truth. Cancer isn't just a disease, it's a global crisis. Almost every family has been touched by it. And with that pain comes a deep desire for hope, for anything that even hints at a cure. That's exactly why announcements like the one made by Dr. Patry spread like wildfire when someone wealthy, powerful, and seemingly credible steps forward claiming to have the solution. People pay attention. Media platforms amplify it. Social media fuels it. But the real question we need to ask is, where's the evidence? Dr. Patry's claim revolves around a injectable therapy designed to selectively destroy cancer cells without damaging healthy tissue. At first glance, it sounds like science fiction. But is it possible? Yes. Science is moving in that direction. Immunotherapy, gene editing, and personalized medicine are advancing rapidly. However, here's the catch. Nearly every major miracle treatment goes through years of rigorous clinical testing, data analysis, peer review, and regulatory scrutiny before being validated. Dr. Patry's announcement skipped many of those steps. Instead of being published in a peer-reviewed journal or tested across broad clinical trials, it was launched to the public via social media and viral interviews. That's a red flag worth examining. Let's look at the science. What Dr. Patry describes appears loosely related to CAR T-cell therapy, a genuine innovation where a patient's own immune cells are genetically modified to target and destroy cancer. It has shown promising results in blood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma, but even that technology took over a decade to reach public approval. And it still comes with risks, side effects, and limitations. Dr. Patry claims his version bypasses these challenges. No side effects, instant results, and applicable to almost any cancer type. If true, that would indeed be groundbreaking. But without published data, third-party validation, or phased trials, the medical community remains skeptical. And rightfully so. This leads us to a deeper issue, one that many viewers may already feel: the growing gap between scientific credibility and public storytelling. In the age of influencers and clickbait, the loudest voice often wins, not the most accurate one. And when a charismatic billionaire speaks with confidence, many assume he must know something the rest of us don't. But history reminds us that even well-funded experiments can fail. Thalidomide was once considered a miracle drug. Vioxx was a bestseller. Both ended in tragedy. That's why the process matters, not just the promise. Now, let's talk about emotional manipulation. When videos showed children recovering from terminal illness after an experimental shot, it's impossible not to feel moved. Hope is powerful, and marketers know how to package it. Music swells. Faces smile. The message is clear. You, too, could be saved. But here's where we need to pause and ask, were these results tracked scientifically? Were control groups used? Were other variables accounted for? Or are we being shown isolated anecdotes designed to trigger belief over logic? This doesn't mean we should reject innovation. On the contrary, we need mavericks, visionaries, and disruptive thinkers. Many medical breakthroughs started with someone challenging the status quo, but challenging the system is different from bypassing it entirely. The question isn't whether Dr. Patria's injection might work. The question is whether it has been tested enough to know that it works. For whom it works, and under what conditions, until that information is transparent, shared, and verified, what's being sold isn't medicine. It's a dream. Let's not forget the financial side of this conversation. Experimental therapies aren't just promises, they're products. And often, they come with price tags far out of reach for the average person. There's a growing trend of medical tourism where desperate patients fly across borders to access treatments not approved in their home country. Sometimes they return home healthier. Sometimes they don't return at all. When hope becomes a commodity, the people who suffer most are the ones already vulnerable. We must ask ourselves, who is truly benefiting from these announcements? Now, some might argue, but what if he's right? What if this is the cure and everyone's just too afraid to see it? It's a valid question. Science has made huge mistakes in the past. Revolutionary ideas have been suppressed. But here's the counterpoint. Real science invites scrutiny. It thrives on doubt. If Dr. Patri's claims are real, publishing the data, opening up trials, and allowing peer review would only strengthen his case. Silence, on the other hand, weakens it. Transparency is the foundation of trust. You may be wondering now, if we can't trust flashy announcements or viral stories, where should we turn for reliable updates on cancer treatment? The answer isn't as exciting, but it's safer. Trusted medical journals, FDA, and cancer research institutes and academic medical centers remain the gold standard for tracking medical progress. It's slower, it's less glamorous, but it's real. And if you or someone you love is currently fighting cancer, real is what matters most. At this point, some viewers may feel disillusioned. You wanted hope, not another warning. But here's the good news. There is hope, and it's growing every day. Dozens of new therapies are being tested. Some are in phase 2 and 3 clinical trials with very encouraging results. Gene therapy is improving. Liquid biopsies are allowing earlier detection. Targeted therapies are becoming more precise. The difference is, these are being tested in the open, under scrutiny, with measurable outcomes. That's the kind of progress we can trust. If you've made it this far, you're likely part of a growing audience that doesn't just want to be inspired. You want to be informed. You want to understand the science behind the headlines. You want to protect yourself and your loved ones from false hope, financial exploitation, and emotional manipulation. And you want to know where to look when the next miracle hits the front page. That discernment, that curiosity is your greatest tool. So what can you do now? First, share this video with someone you care about. These conversations need to happen. especially in a world where misinformation spreads faster than facts. Second, subscribe to channels that prioritize evidence, not entertainment. And third, remember, it's okay to hope, but let your hope stand on a foundation of truth, because when the cure really comes, and it will, you will recognize it not by how loudly it's announced, but by how well it's proven. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay grounded.